Good morning. Okay, thanks. Uh, as a chairperson remark, uh, it's a very interesting subject always to start with because it is a launch of the conference and try to give a general idea about what this conference is about and what different speakers are going to talk. Obviously, in this room, most of the people are aware about the subject. They are the experts in the subject. But I'm going to just brush through the CX concepts and today's situations and what is going to happen in future with little fundamentals. So if you already know this, please bear with it. But if you don't know, there may be certain fundamentals which I'll be talking about as a speaker for the day. Starting. I'm going to start with the word pandemic. In fact, in this room, all of us has experienced this bad time. It was a time which nobody can forget. And in fact, in this room, everybody there who had gone through the three phases, that is a before pandemic, during pandemic, and during pandemic, I remember we used to do certain presentation. That time it was a lockout, and nobody was knowing of what exactly is going to happen in the future. And we used to say the city lockout, there is a today, and back to future. And what was predicted at that time was a re-engineering. So everybody was believing that re-engineering is going to happen, and the life is going to be changed, and we will be normal. And yes, today we are in a after pandemic mode. In those days we used to call new normal, but now everybody is luckily forgotten that word, new normal, and it's a normal now. So I said that re-engineering word really brought a lot of changes during that time. And what was a positive outcome of pandemic? And for our industry, there are three things happened which were very important and which is now changing our life. The first thing is your digital economy. In fact, before pandemic, digital economy was not used. It was there, but it was not used very much. And today it has become a part of our life. Another thing was your digital transactions. The digital customer interaction got a lot of boost. And this was a slide of 2020 when the COVID was just started. And that time, all of a sudden, there was a hype in digital transaction, and that continues today. And so, the digital transaction is becoming the very, very important part of our customer experience and employee experience. And the third, what really made a big change was cloud adaptability. During the pandemic, everybody realized that cloud is going to be tomorrow. Everybody was earlier on the in-house data center, but then everybody started changing the focus to the cloud adaptability, and today it has become the real life world that everybody is on the cloud. Now this cloud brought a big change in customer experience and employee experience, and how that we are going to see. Now, in old time, probably in 2000, 2001, 2002, we used to say customer interactions. So there were call centers. So people used to call on the telephone or used to send an email, and then one-to-one interaction used to happen. But later on, multiple channels were introduced. With the digital channel coming in, with the website transactions coming in, the social media coming in, multiple channels came, and then everybody started talking about the omni-channel. Now, that time it became the customer journey became the important topic. So earlier people used to talk about customer interaction, then people started talking about the customer journey. And today, it is a customer experience. In fact, after pandemic, customer experience has become very vital. There are two reasons for which customer experience became vital. One, obviously, it became more successful. I'm going to talk about it, how the customer experience, by the way, I'm going to share this copy of this presentation. At the end of the presentation, I will tell you how you can get the copy of this. So please, you need not to take the photographs of it. Thank you. So, uh, so uh, what happened? Customer experience got changed because of the two things. Became important for the two things. One, the accuracy of AI has gone up like anything because of the cloud adaptability. And second one is, now what we used to call as the millennium, means Y generation, now they have come into the field, they are the customers, and slowly the new generation, the Y generation and Z generation are making the changes in the world, and that's why the customer experience become very critical. So, customer loyalty retention, word of mouth, differentiations, customer insightful and improvement, financial performance. These are the regularly what we know about customer experience. These are the factors which are really making difference for the customer experience, and they are benefiting the organization. But the most important thing is one bad experience today can push customer to change the brand, and that is where the risk is coming, and that's where the people are worried about the customer experience. People don't want to let customers to switch over because customers are having high expectations. Second thing, easy alternatives are available now, and more importantly, there is the emotional impact. Then obviously social media and reviews are affecting your business, and thereby you really cannot afford to have a bad customer experience, and that's where everybody is working on customer experience. Now let us see, we are talking about customer experience. Enhancing the customer experience, uh, there are different ways, like understand your customers, employee training and empowerment, personalization the experience. These are the very common approaches which people are taking. In fact, as a CS Infocom, we are going to have a presentation before lunch, hopefully, where we are going to talk about 7 steps for implementing customer experience. I'll request you to try to attend that. Probably it will be very fruitful for your organization to see how 7 steps can help you to implement customer experience. Obviously, organization to organization, the need of the customer experience are going to be different. Depending on their customer, target customers, depending on the nature of the business, customer experience will be different. The approach for customer experience will be different. But then there can be certain structured way of customer experience implementation can be discussed. And the leverage technology and have the continuous improvement. Now, leveraging technology, everybody talks about the leveraging technology. But is there any relation between the customer experience expectation and the technology what you are implementing? So everybody says that we are having great technology which will help you to improvise your customer experience. But then in reality, what we should be careful about, and that is what I want to show you here. What is the relation between customer experience expectations and the technology implemented by the organization or approach taken by the organization? So I'm going to use this as a graph. On y-axis, there is a customer experience expectations, and there is a technology change implemented by the organization. While on x-axis, there is a time, what is over a period. Now let us see this blue line, what you see, is a customer experience at one time for that organization. And to achieve this customer experience, the organization decides to implement a technology which will provide services which are higher than the customer expectation. And when the organization implements this technology, over a period, customer experience start going along with the technology or services which is provided by the organization. But here time comes, this is a critical juncture. Here a time comes where your surroundings are getting changed, your competition is doing something, or even some other industry is implementing something, and thereby customer expectations about the experience goes high. And that's a time where the customer experience going high, the organization has to implement a new technology which can serve to the match customer experience expectations. And now, assume that your organization is implementing next technology, and customer expectation pattern follows something similar what it was earlier. But what is interesting, earlier organization took 3 to 4 years of time to implement the technology. And now, this time, they were required to do it in just a year. They cannot afford to spend the same time which was earlier. And again, a time comes where customer expectation has gone up because of the environment and surrounding changing and competition implementing some new technologies. And that's a time where your organization decide to implement new technology or latest technology. And probably this time, it was done in few months, okay? And then the expectation is that customer expectation pattern follows a similar path. But here the challenge comes. Your competition implements much latest technology, and then your customer expectation goes along with your competition technology. And then whatever investment you have done, that goes fat. So what is important? I always say, jokingly, don't wait for your competition to tell you what your customer expects as an experience, right? So it's always better whenever you are doing some projects, you are doing some change in your organization, try to implement technologies which are really going to make a difference in tomorrow. Rather than whenever you are going to take a decision, you have to be very careful to take a decision for a matured product. Now, I'm going to just talk about the evolution of the CX tools over a period. Now, initially, in 2000, 2001, 2002, the agents were given something called as a scripting. So it was a directed assistant to the agent. At that time, customer expectation was not that high, and people were using it. Later on, a time came where personalized conversation was the need of the customer. Customer started expecting that organization will know who I am, why I'm here, the intent particularly, what is my history, what are my preferences, and ideally no one size fits to all kind of solution the organization to need to implement. And that's where personalization engine was came as a technology, and people started using it. Then after, conversational AI, where automatic speech recognition and natural language understanding became a true. Nowadays, people think that it is something, the AI is a new technology. I'm sorry. AI is no new technology. Even in old time, there was equally intelligent people were there who were thinking about something similar, what we call it as a AI. So automatic speech recognition was there, your NLU was there, but unfortunately, in those days, your computing power of the CPUs were very low. Your memories were very low. Your data speed was very low. And that's why it was not getting success. The prediction was not successful. And in my earlier third slide, I said the cloud deployment or cloud adaptability really made the big change because what happened due to the cloud, if you talk about the predictions, the prediction is a statistic word. And for prediction, you need to have a sample data based on which you are going to generate a model. And once your model is successful, then you can predict it very successfully. And that's where your sample data became critical. And only because of the cloud adaptability, this sample data became very widely available. Like the best example is Alexa. Because it was on a cloud, Alexa perfection on speech recognition was gone very high. In fact, I'll tell you a history. In 1998, we tried to implement a solution for MTNL in Mumbai, where it was, we were trying to deliver, customer wants to know the STD code of a city. So customer was supposed to talk about the city name and he should have given the STD code of it. But what happened? That time being sample data was very low. The grammar created was not that successful. And that's where the challenge came. Now with the cloud adaptability, that problem is solved. And we are partnered with Unifor. Today Unifor is having a lot of matured product. There's a lot of mature conversational AI are there. The main success is because of the cloud adaptability. Oh, sorry. Then it came the knowledge AI, where FAQ chatbots, generative research, intent, all this started. And along with that, robotic process automation, RPA, also became very vital in providing the customer services. Then thereafter, emotional AI has come, where emotional AI can detect how your customer is behaving, and then a correcting action can be taken. And finally, you know, everybody talks about it, generative AI, which came. And with generative AI, it has changed the life. In fact, in last 1 year, what we have seen, there is a very dramatic change, and lot of applications are changed, and there are very successful business cases are there, where we really feel proud. In fact, the way time is changing, we always count in month. Every month there is something, perfection is coming, and really great business cases are there. In fact, every organization has now started thinking about business case, and they are implementing it. And more importantly, so chatbot and virtual assistant, the virtual assistant like Copilot and all, they have come, as well as customer insight and analytics has become very vital in your customer experience. In fact, here I want to just explain about the word analytics. Let us understand what is the analytics. Because everybody says that we are giving analytical solution. But what really it is, and what is the difference between different analytics. So I'll just explain it. So, initially, it was a descriptive analytics. In descriptive analytics, it was telling you what is the going wrong or what is the status of it. Then it came a diagnostic. Okay, descriptive means what we used to have a reports in old time, that was a descriptive, or reports will give you the idea that what is happening, what is the status of your business. Then it came the diagnostic. We started telling you that what is going wrong, because of which this is a correct situation. So you can take the corrective action to improvise it. Later it came a predictive analytics. That's where the machine learning and brought a very great this thing. And predictive analytics is the one where AI, artificial intelligence, or machine learning is used in a big way. And finally, there is a prescriptive analytics. In prescriptive analytics, it will first analyze what is a prediction, and then what action should be taken is explained in a prescriptive analytics. So, if I group it, descriptive analytics and diagnostic will tell you based on the past data, while prediction and prescription is talking about the future and the correcting action what you need to take. So here if you see, in descriptive, analytics was less, but then human need to take action so that decision is done and then final action happens. In diagnostic, you are required to have less human input and then decision will be taken. In predictive, you are having more accurate data and then the action can be taken. And in prescriptive, there are two types. One is a decision support, and then thereafter you are having the insight and you are taking action. And in automation, you are taking full decision automatically and you are taking the action. There is no human being is involved. Okay. This movie, how many of you know the name of this movie? You can speak out. Mera Naam Joker. It was in 1970. The theme of this movie was that he was making the, in circus, he was a joker and he was making everybody laugh. But in reality, he was very sad in his own life, personal life. So the message of the movie is the show must go on, whatever happens in your life, and you need to keep customers happy. But do you think that all your employees are jokers? No. So that's why your empowering agents and supervisor becomes a very vital subject. And I know it's a time's up, so I'll just quickly go through it. And so if you empower the customer agents and supervisor, you are able to enhance the team morale, efficient problem solving, better decision making. This is going to help you to improvise your customer experience finally. So it's simple that customer experience, employee experience is good, your customer experience is going to be good. Now, there are the different standard approaches are there. And I'm just keeping it to this thing. And here, workforce management. This is one of the very important tools which many organizations are using. And workforce management really helps you to have a fair and transparent scheduling. It can improve the work-life balance. It can reduce the burnout of the agents. So these are the certain benefits of the workforce management. Okay. Just last two slides. As a CS Infocom, we are here for 33 years, and we are almost more than 350 plus customers. We are having BPOs, BFSI, we are doing big work, and we are also a VNO license holder. It's important in today's world, if you are in India, to sell a cloud, you need to be a VNO license holder. And we are having offices in India, as well as we are in Dubai, London, and New Jersey. In fact, we are having a new development center in US, and we are building the certain products there for that market. Anyway, this was our journey throughout. This I'll skip. Now today, when you are having multiple products, people say that you are like a shopping mall. You are just whatever customer wants, you give it. But I say we are not so. We are not a shopping mall. We call ourselves as a multi-cuisine restaurant. So depending on what customer wants to eat, we will deliver it. And sometimes we can make a fusion of the technologies also to achieve the final end results. So here if you see, right from contact center, digital and social workforce management, conversational AI, AI assist, AI analytics, and finally, generative AI. We take the help of our partners, and this is a list of the partners. So here I end my presentation. Those who want to have the copy of this presentation, please scan this and put your mobile number or email ID. We'll get back to you. Or you can, number is removed, fine. Or otherwise, we are having a booth. Please visit there. And I will request you, if you can attend our presentation on 7 steps for implementing customer experience, that will be really good. We will be very happy that if you attend it. Thank you.